Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Gardening in Crocs. It is raining outside, and as you can see, I still have a bunch of seedlings for my plant sale that I need to up pot yet. These I started before the other ones in the cups. I started all these inside a little 12 cell, 6 cell different containers. So I'm going to be up potting these and we can just discuss what's going on this week in the garden. It's kind of reminds me of this week in baseball. It's more like this week in the garden. So yesterday was a nice day, and this week is the first time when you look at the 10-day forecast that we are not seeing any below freezing temperatures. That's not to say that we're going to be good to go with we're definitely not past our last frost day. Put it that way. But I do have some cold hardy brassicas and different things like that. Mainly cabbage is what I planted out there. I do have those. Those are ready. Those have been mutilated by the dog once, who's sitting right over here watching me. But those have been mutilated once, so I was itching to get them out there. They should have been out there about 2 weeks ago, but I did not do anything because of the 20-degree weather that we. So I held off, and yesterday I was finally able to get out there to plant those. Check this out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the garden. Today is planting day for some cabbages. It is really windy out here, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. But we are going to plant some cabbages that are much overdue. Look at that. That is one massive pile of roots in there. So let's get to it. These guys have been hardened off for probably about 2-3 weeks, and it is windy as all get up here. So what we'll do is we will dig a hole about the size of this pot, and then I usually just take a handful of chicken poo. I get this at my big box store. Kind of sprinkle that in there in the hole. Just work it into the ground a little bit where the roots are going to be. We're going to place the cabbage plant in there. And look at all them roots. And we're going to fill it. We're going to fill the hole in. Now, after we do this for each one, we will have to do a little watering. Hey guys, give you an update of the cabbage experiment gone awry because of the golden doodle and the cold. This guy doesn't look like it's doing too hot. This guy doesn't either. We'll just leave him in the ground. This guy, however, looks nice. Very nice. Those two back there look okay. Time will tell. This week I'm gonna get a lot more rain and we are gonna have warmer temperatures, so I'm gonna leave them uncovered and we'll see what happens. You know, I find this very therapeutic. If you are just thinking about doing a garden, you should do a garden. Even if you fail, you're still out living life, playing with the worms, enjoying God's great creation. I highly recommend it for anybody. It's just good stress relief knowing that you get this
from just a little tiny seed. I mean, we don't even have the bounties of all this yet. So that's even greater satisfaction. And those worms are everywhere. Plus, it's the only time you can have worms and have it be a good thing, right? There's number 2. You got the sun setting, the dog supervising. Man, it's a beautiful sunset. And we got some cabbages in the ground, ready for 5 days of moisture.
So, as you can see, I got my cabbages finally into the ground. We're afraid we're not going to get none of that minus 20-degree weather anymore. Tomorrow we will be exactly 4 weeks from our last frost date, which I believe is April 19th. I'm feeling pretty good about the weather though. I feel like if I do have anything that's going to be really cold, I got plenty of cover that I can put over them, and I feel like that they're going to be. I just feel like everything's going to be all right. So I did go a little hog wild also. I got some onions from I think it was Dixondale. My father had ordered some, so I got a bunch of onions out there. I started planting those as well last night. Got those all on the ground. Hoping to actually have, this is the first time I'm doing onion starts. So I'm hopefully I will have a really good bounty of onions. As you can see too, over here I did start some with seeds. I did have some germination issue with some of them, but I probably got maybe about 30 onions between 2 trays. So I think we're good to go on that. I want to plant those as well. So that's going to be my onion harvest for the year. Usually last year I got 0 onions, so we'll see how this year goes. Last year I used sets, and I got them in the garden way too late, and then I had grossly underestimated tomatillos and what they can do and how big they can get. So they pretty much weeded out all my onions, which that happens. So today, over my lunch hour, I don't know about you guys, but some days when you know you're gonna have 4 days worth of rain coming, and you know it's gonna be ideal for some of these cool season crops, you just get itching to get out there. So I was really itching to get out there today, and I ended up planting some turnip seeds, some peas, actually pretty much a whole bed full of peas, sugar snap peas. I love those things. Those things are awesome just to snack into the garden. I got some spinach. I had planted some lettuce and some Swiss chard. Last year I planted some Swiss chard. Never did get to harvest any. Again, kind of like the onions. They got taken over by another plant, which I need to plant more appropriately this year for stuff. But I do love the spinach. Last year was the first year I was able to get spinach to grow successfully and to be able to harvest some. So slowly but surely, I'm moving up on that garden chain of things. So I'm looking forward to all that. So yeah, looking back on the weekend, you probably saw, if you haven't, go check it out, my video on how I am up-potting all these plants. I have video on how I do the tomatoes, so I am planting really deep, and then how I do the peppers as well. The plants are all looking pretty good for the seed sale. I think I'm gonna have plenty of them to sell. I'm a little nervous about this. This is the first year I am doing a seed sale. I hope that I will be able to make some money off of it. I feel like I'll make a little bit of money. It's just whether or not I can get people to come. It's one of those, if you build it, they will come deals. And hopefully I can get some good advertising out there, and I can get some people to show up and buy some plants. I'm a little leery on what I'm gonna do for pricing for these. I'm thinking I'm gonna try starting out with $1 a cup. Just really depends on how they look. I have a pretty good feeling that these guys are gonna look really nice come here in about two weeks or 3 weeks, because they should really start taking off. And if they look nice, I think I'm gonna charge $1 a cup. If not, maybe I'll charge 50 cents a cup. I am gonna make it easy on myself in terms of getting the prices down, so that way I'm not struggling with math. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Would you pay $1 for a plant maybe about yay tall out of one of these cups? I think at the big box stores you'd probably pay more for that. So what I ought to do is I ought to take you down to the basement and show you my little grow setup I got. Or at least just give you an update on what these plants look like, because I'll show you what they look like here in a couple of weeks. So let's go check that out. All right, everybody, welcome to the grow room. You can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves set up for all these plants. I got space down there for one more. I have to find a place for 3 of these. I may be rotating some in and out. Those are the plants I just up potted. Here's some more of the plants I just up potted. I need to do a little watering yet. Got some rhubarb in there. Got some sweet basil that hasn't come up yet. Just planted last week. Kellogg stuff that hasn't come up yet. Got some daisies, some red cabbage back there. Got some more rhubarb. I got some leggy cabbage, some dill back there. Some pak choi. Here's some more peppers. Got some volunteer, found those in my seed mix. I think those are amaranth spinach, like a vining spinach. Those need to be really warm before they come out, so I need to have a good spot for those. Probably have to separate those out into singles and pot them again. Here's some Sans Marizanos, some more peppers. My big Jim chili peppers aren't really coming up at all. I'll have to replace those cups with something else. My bell peppers are doing well. My Rutgers tomatoes are finally showing up. So if you guys ever have an issue with germination and it's all of one kind, it could just be a slow germination. Or it could be maybe the seeds aren't viable. But all those tomatoes are coming up. I get one here or there that didn't come up, which is perfectly fine. These guys are really close to the light. They're really feasting on the lights. So cheers, everybody. So what do you guys think about the grow room? I think last year it worked out fantastic for me. The only problem I had was space issues, which I am going to run into this year. Compared to last year, I got a lot more space down there than I do this year. Oh no, last year I didn't have as near enough space, as near as many shelves as I do this year. However, I didn't do seed sale last year, so I'm hoping that the extra lights that I put in will pay off. Pretty much the seed sale I'm hoping will pay for those lights. And that's all really, I'm not hoping to make a huge profit on things. I'm just hoping that by doing the seed sale, it'll offset some of my habits in various things. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm on the right track with it. We'll see. Like I said, it all depends on if people come to buy my seedlings. And maybe this year, maybe I won't sell as many as I hope, but maybe people will get the word, it'll get the word out, and I will have more people next year. I don't know. We'll see. It's all gonna be kind of a crapshoot there, but time will tell. Okay, so what's coming up in the upcoming weeks? I will probably give you an update on all the seedlings that I got out there and that I got downstairs in the seed starting room. I'll also give you an update on what things are looking at like out in the garden. We're supposed to get 5 days of rain, and then Sunday it's supposed to be nice and sunny. So it'll be interesting to see how all those plants take and see how they take off. I'm really hoping for a good cabbage production year. Last year I had an excellent cabbage production year. I was able to freeze a bunch of the cabbage, shred it up and freeze it. That works really good for my soups and my egg roll and bowl. I also experimented and made some homemade sauerkraut. I ended up turning all that sauerkraut into soup because I didn't know what to do with the next step and the canning part of it. But I feel like the garden is rewarding me, which is a good thing. So I'm willing to try new things. I'm always willing to fail. I've seen several Instagram posts in the last couple days about we failed to do this, we failed to do that. I don't know, with the gardening stuff and life in general, you just need to keep trucking. Use the failure as a learning experience. I was told at a conference at one point in time that FAIL stands for first attempt in learning. If you put the FAIL for F for first, AIL, attempt in learning, it really kind of gives you a, I don't know, something good to fall back on whenever you think about, oh, this didn't work out. Just think about why it didn't work out and what you learned from it and how next time you can do better. I know in the garden that's kind of tough to do sometimes because sometimes you fail at something and then you got to wait a whole season or a whole year before you can make things better. A good example of that's going to be the seed sale. I mean, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants with it. I have looked up what other people are doing, but I don't know. I have a feeling that some things will work and some things won't, and I'll take good notes and I'll learn. And next year, I'll be even better at it. I mean, I feel like I'll be able to gauge everything and be able to figure out what I need to plant to sell. I really have a good feeling that I am going to be stuck with a bunch of extra tomatoes, which is fine. I mean, I could always give them away as well if people aren't willing to buy them. I'll probably, make it down to a quarter a cup or buy 3 get 1 free. As long as I can recoup my costs, I think I'm going to be in a good shape. And if I don't recoup my costs, I'm out $12 the seed starting mix. Probably $12 in cups. The cups were really cheap. Whatever I spent on electricity on those LED lights, which is not much. Whatever water I put into it, and whatever the seeds cost me, which is probably maybe about $6, $7. So I'm looking at, if I sell 50 plants, I'm probably in really good shape. I mean, that of course, you know, I'm might be missing out on my time, but that is what it is. So I could always tell you that, yes, I might be missing out on my time, but I enjoy doing this. This sure beats, you know, vegging out on the couch. I don't know. I don't think anything else better that I could be doing than this and seeing stuff grow. I just really think it's really neat that you can get start a little seed and have little plants grow. So yes, I think I've rambled along long enough. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this. I'll try to maybe do this maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. Kind of go from there and see how things work out. If I got a lot to report, I'll do this. If I don't, I'll do small little reports. But we'll kind of go from there. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.